Yo, what's going on, everybody? Good evening, good evening. Just jumping on live real quick to see what you guys are doing. If you guys got questions or anything, let me know. I've been feeding the bigger ball pythons, getting them ready and set up for this year for breeding. And I do believe I'm gonna have eggs in 10 days. I think I had an ovulation. I'll find out in about a month if she sheds, but she is refusing food, which is a good sign. It's not a, you know, all telltale signs on it, but I did have one that was eating the entire time, and I didn't even know she was gravid or anything. And I just opened up the drawers just to clean her tub, and I had a bunch of eggs. They were all bad, but she laid a bunch of eggs and she ate the whole way through. Maybe that's why. But um, I think that is why. Yeah. What's going on? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Just hanging out, talking to some people, answering some questions. That is if anybody's got any. Video of it. Huh. What's going on, everybody? There are two people in here. Better than zero. Feeding some snakes. Feeding off a lot of the adults right now. Um, yeah, trying to get them ready for this year. So we'll see how that goes. I got one girl that's I think gonna lay eggs in a couple months. I think, not 100% sure. Hmm. Then I got some snakes that are supposed to be eating are not eating. So hey, what's going on? But they're hit or miss still. It's hot in the room. It's humid. It's dry, which could be an issue. Um, but I guess they don't have to eat every single week. Some of them I would like to get up to size so I can breed them this year. Um, so what's going on? Talk to me. What are we doing tonight? I'll put out a video on my YouTube, which I'm kind of not really doing much of that anymore. Um, some people want to see the anaconda, so I put a video up if anybody's interested in seeing that on my YouTube. Type R, it's good. It's not bad. It's been decent in the snow. I had to get snow tires for it, but you know, it comes with the Michelin PS4s, which is all you know, summer only. So with the amount of driving I do, I didn't want to risk it, so I got some Continentals, and they've been holding up really well. But It's a lot of hype. After having it for a while, it's just a normal Civic, overpriced. But the hype is they hype that thing up a lot. The Super Fire Clown. Yeah, of course it is. Of course that's a good addition. Why wouldn't it be? You're gonna have fires. Every baby's gonna be a fire. No one ever hit normals with a fire. If you can get super anything, you're in good shape, especially being a clown. And if you're gonna be adding whatever you want to add into it, bare minimum, you're getting a fire. So if you put that with another clown, you're just gonna get fire clowns, and then you can just stack genes on top of it, and sky's the limit. And people want that stuff. So anything supers, keep them or buy them because you can never go wrong with super anything. Yeah, the sports civics are really nice. Um, the Type R's are a lot of maintenance. Like they chew through tires. They're gonna chew through tires within no matter what tire you put on it. And bare minimum, you're paying $1,500 because of the performance of the tire, and they're 265, 35, 19. So $1,500 basically every year and a half. Every 10 to 15,000 miles, you're going to have to put rear brakes on it because it has that rear. When you go around corners, it auto brakes and it chews the rear pads. So I mean, if it's a daily driver, you're new tires and new brakes at least minimum year and a half. So every year and a half, you're going to be shelling out probably 2 grand on tires and brakes, and that's not oil or what I'm saying, oil changes and everything else. So the maintenance on it is too much. And I really didn't know that much about it until I got it. So it's kind of like, yeah, a lot of Porsche and a lot of Porsches. The high end stuff, the GTRs, it's like rear brake vectoring. So when you go around a corner, like if you're taking a sharp right, it's just gonna brake on the rear right to hug you in and pull you into that corner. Um, and it'll do it on the opposite side too. So it just keeps the rear end where it needs to be on the road. So like if you get a little fishtail in the back, it'll auto brake for you to keep you steady, but it's constant. Like you can't turn it off. So even normal driving, back road driving, or whatever, it's still going to brake on the rear. So your pads are consistently being used. And since they're smaller and thinner than the fronts will last you a while, but it's the backs, and then they have the electronic braking. So you got to figure out how to get around that. Um, brakes are easy to do by yourself, but if it has the electronic braking, I've never done one with that. I'm sure you can get a machine or you can figure it out. I mean, there's loopholes around it, but yeah, if you're gonna daily it, yeah, it's expensive, unfortunately, and it's a Honda. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be like that, but they do those crazy stuff. Try to hype it up. Yo, what's going on, everybody? No, no. Um, Probably not. I mean, not only that, it doesn't come with a spare tire. It comes with 30s on the tires. It comes with 265 30s, which is super, super thin. And basically, any pothole you hit is going to blow out that tire and then damage your wheel. And so I went up to a 35 sidewall tire, and it can still blow out. And since it has, a normal tire shop is not going to carry a 265 35 19, and it doesn't have a spare tire, you're out. And then you're worried about, damage to the car with driving it, somebody stealing the wheels off of it. It's just a lot of stuff. So it's like I got into the hype on it, and I'm just like, dang. And I drive a lot. I drive 65, about 65, 70 miles a day. So I'm going to chew through tires and chew through rear brakes. The gas mileage, I get like 27, but I fill up every week 'cause it has a small gas tank. Um, but I mean, it's cool to have. It's just it's a lot for a Honda. No, and if you look up used ones, they're everywhere, and that's probably why nobody wants to deal with the maintenance. We got 4 people in here. Awesome. What's going on with everybody tonight? Got a little car talk in here, snake talk, whatever's on your mind. Um, yeah, so it's like it's good if that's why a lot of people buy it as like a weekend car. But if you go on CarMax, Auto Trader, even local dealerships, um, 2023s, 2024s, you'll find probably 50 of them with less than 5,000 miles um, up for sale. And I really think when people buy it, it's cool to get into, it's cool to drive it, and then the hype is gone after a little bit because it's a 300 horsepower front wheel drive car. You're not going to hit the Autobahn with it or the Nuremberg, and then the maintenance and stuff. So it's just kind of like, and then the value, the value on it. Well, a lot of things is what sucks like the upsale on them too. 10,000, $15,000 markup. I don't know. It's a little crazy. I mean, if you want one, get one. Just be aware. 10,000 miles, you got to do rear brakes, and a Honda charges like $700 or $800 to do that. Do it yourself. If you can get around the electronic braking system, it's going to chew you through $1,500 tires every year and a half to every 2 years. Um, Stuff like that. So, and it's all red interior. It has all red carpet. It has all red seats, and it's the Alcantara suede. Hard to keep clean, stains easily. And then the OEM floor mats, because I was looking some up because it's a manual, so your heel's gonna dig into it and you're gonna wear it out. So OEM floor mats for the front and the back, I think are on eBay for $600. I mean, I got some black ones from I forget what Honda place it is, but they're OEM black. I think I paid 120. And they're actually a better condition than the red OEM that come with standard with the car. So it's kind of like, uh, but the motor's good. The transmission is phenomenal. And if you're going to go on plus R, it's basically like a 90s Honda with cut springs. It's very bumpy. It's very, very stiff suspension. And you feel every bump in the red. A lot of the people that go in tractor cars don't even go into plus R because it's way too violent. They just go into individual, and then you can go in your settings and you can basically put everything in plus R except for the suspension. People are going like normal suspension, sports suspension, and not even doing the plus R suspension because the suspension is just I don't know. I don't know. There's so many people that complain about it. I don't know why they did that. I don't think it's on the FK8s, but on the FL5s, it's rough. But you can get around it with the the individual drag modes and stuff like that, which you would never know because the dealerships don't let you drive them. But is it cool to say you have a Type R? Yeah. With the, I mean, the Elantra N, I know it's a Elantra, but 10 to 15,000 dollars cheaper. You get all the cool pops and bangs, the exhaust. The interior is not as nice. I mean, obviously, it's not Honda quality, but the DCT is actually as fast as the FL5 off of, head to head. During the cornering, I mean, nobody's hitting the Nuremberg. What's going on, everybody? I made a video about the anacondas. If you guys want to go check that out, some people on here were saying that I don't show them off enough. Well, I did. Go check out that video. She's big. She's huge. So it's hard to make videos with her. But I got my a lot of my females ball pythons fed tonight. I do need to feed the smaller ones. I did put some videos out on it, social media about snake eating, and people got mad. So, because I got to do that in private. So all the feedings, because all my babies are on live rat pups or fuzzies, either one. I can't really show too much of you guys about the feedings, but I hope all the new babies will eat because they haven't eaten in a while. Well, I haven't even eaten at all. They just came out of the egg. So reptiles are fantastic. They are fascinating. Yes, and I have like 100. So it's not like, yeah, they're cool. I don't get tired of them or they don't get old. It's tough to like interact with them though because they really don't do much. Not like a dog or a bird, we can do anything. But uh, hopefully you can get into the snakes. Breeding is fun, stressful, but fun. I probably have 40 babies as of now. Check this one out right here. Ah, it only has one eye. No eye on that side. It's got an eye on this side though, right there. But it was born with no eyeball. I don't know how that happened. The rest of the clutch, next to all of the other ones, were perfectly fine. So I don't know why that one. It's an inchy yellow belly pied. It's a male. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. But I'm not keeping it, that's for sure. So I don't need it. And then these females will be tough to get rid of right here. So this is just my best guess on this one. Orange Dream, Yellow Belly, Fire, Enchi. Could be a super Enchi. And it's a pied. Full body pattern pieds. Do you check the chats? Yeah. Reading them right now. So that is a female. These will be tough to get rid of because these ones look really cool. What got me into snakes? Well, a long time ago, like 8 years ago or whatever, I just went into a PetSmart, look around, see what was going on, and they had a deal, a sale on a king snake, and I bought it. And then I started looking at and I started doing research on it and stuff like that, and I found all the different morphs of king snakes, corn snakes, and then I stumbled across the ball pythons and the boas. So I went back to PetSmart. I got a ball python, a pied ball python, and then from there I did more research on snakes, and I found out about boas and stuff like that. And I go, dang, boas are pretty cool. So got into the boas pretty heavily, and then really got into the ball python super heavy. And then I was like, you know what? These are expensive. So I might as well breed my own so I can save some money. And then I started breeding snakes, and here I am with a whole bunch of snakes. Got a feisty moonglow females like yours. How's yours doing? Yeah, so my moonglows chill, super chill. My mean one is my Argentine. My Argentine boa is super. I'm not even gonna say. I know people say snakes are not mean; they're defensive. This girl's mean. I promise you. This girl will light you up in 2 seconds. Um, so my Argentine is not nice, and then my VPI Aztec female is not nice. So those are kind of the two that I um, just kind of leaving their little box because I got tons of other animals that I can deal with. So I'll just do a little loop around. So we got ARS rack, and I'm on Instagram. I got my other ARS rack. I got another cage back there. I got my big cages right there. I got my mice right there that are going to be chowed down on. There's my incubator. So I'm in a little room and I got a bunch of stuff in here. So I got all these other snakes I can hang out with. I don't need to hang out with the two grumpy ones all the time. Um, yeah, I do sell snakes. Everything you see behind me, 99% of this stuff is for sale. I will hold back a few of them just because some of the stuff I don't think I would ever produce again. So I kind of want to hold that back. A couple of them with are pretty cool with white tip noses. So I don't think I'd ever reproduce. I don't think I would ever reproduce one like this ever again. So if she'll kind of hang out, there you go, white tip nose on this one. I know special pieds have white tip nose, but there's no special in this one at all. So hitting the white tip nose on a super OD yellow belly leopard pied, I think is. I don't think we'll ever. I don't think I would ever produce another one like this again. And then a couple of them are like 6 gene, 6 gene recessive stuff. Am I ever going to hit one of those again? I don't know. So I might as well just keep it and rebreed it. Um, so yeah, I mean, I try to be upfront with people, try to be honest with people as much as I can on getting into breeding or getting into snakes and stuff like that because it's a big commitment. But snakes are super easy to keep. Like you can keep them in a box like behind me, and you feed them once a week, every other week. Just make sure they have water. Super easy. There's really not much you do with the snake. If you don't ever want to touch it, you don't have to because it's not like a dog or anything like that where they have to have interaction with anybody. Um, I've I don't think so. I've never heard of anybody having issues with their growth um, being affected, but like I think it might slow them down a little bit naturally because if you don't breed a snake, you're just going to constantly feed it and it's just going to get bigger and bigger. Whereas breeding it, it's going to go off of food for 3 months, lay the eggs, um, and then it's going to lose a lot of weight, and you got to get the weight back up to breed. So while it's pumping itself up and getting itself for the next breeding season, then it's got to go 3 months off without food, use a lot of energy to lay eggs. So I think it slows it down, but you can still get some really, really big females in the end. Because there's I know people who have massive female ball pythons or boas on the breeding side that they breed every year. But I'm sure it takes a toll on their body, just like anything else would. Laying eggs consistently, and then getting their body ready, and then going off food. It's just like a wave. So I don't think it like completely stuns them, but it definitely I mean, probably not. I mean, it's just their nature, how it is. But it's preserves. I won't say it's not good for them, but I'm sure it's stressful on their body, just like anybody else. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me yeah, I'll get her out. I'll get her out. So the Muglos should be pretty chill. Let me see what I can do with that. I mean, I'll try my best. I'll say that. I'll try my best. So let me move a bunch of stuff out of the way. Let me get her. See if she'll be see what her attitude is like. So here's a Moonglow boa. Probably doesn't look the greatest on this crappy camera from the computer. But here you go, a Moonglow. Instagram, you guys can see this. I am live on Instagram and YouTube. So she's not massive. I don't really have any plans on breeding the boas, so I'm not pumping them full of food. I'm just kind of naturally letting them grow as they should or would. But you can tell that she has good muscle mass on her, not any fat deposits on her. Um, but beautiful animal. I love the moon glows. I love the snows. I do have a male snow. So putting them together, I don't know if I would do that just because of the complications of the albino to albino. But gorgeous animals. Moon glows are phenomenal as they're adults, and it obviously a lot better as babies when their colors are the richest. But yeah, so beautiful. Still got the boas. I know I don't show them off too much, but when she gets up to size naturally, um, I may breed them. But the only thing is though is the space, and of course I never want to go back. The space is my issue on breeding boas because a ball python lays a clutch of 4 to 6, and then boas you can get up to 20. So if I have multiple boas breeding, I could have 100 babies at once, and I don't have room to put in to put them out to put them anywhere. So yeah, no problem. That one's she's super chill now, so no problems with that. Some of the bigger boas are a little bit more difficult to get out and space on the camera and stuff like that. So appreciate it. Um, yeah, so the boas are on one side, ball pythons are on the other, and then I got my big snakes against the back wall. So got the Burmese and both anacondas on the back wall, and a couple of the bigger boas in the corner ish. So the room's set up pretty nice um, for what it needs to be, but I'm hoping at some point soon I can sell a bunch of my snakes and get a bigger facility for all the animals and then growing. But um, that's just something I got to work with and make happen. But so I don't know if you guys are into the anacondas or the berms. I did make a video earlier on the one of the anacondas I had out. So some people are like, why aren't you showing off the anacondas on video? They're, she's big. She's a tough animal to get on video and to show off. She's a workout. She's probably around 10 feet. I'd say 9 or 10 feet. So she's big, she's heavy, super strong. Not the easiest to get videoage from, but not much else is going on at all. So I think I got all the stuff on here. Yeah, for people to talk and stuff. We go. So what's going on with you guys? You guys breeding this year or what? I know Alex is getting into snakes. You gonna buy one? I don't know if you're gonna get one. Look around. Make sure you trust somebody you're gonna buy. Follow around on you know social media. There's a lot of people doing raffles. I don't get why people are doing raffles on snakes. It's illegal, people. Raffles are illegal. So if this is your business, be careful what you do online because everybody's watching you. And these spin the wheel stuff, bunch of scammers. It happens. Scammers, illegal raffles. Don't do it. Well, you do ship snakes on a plane for next day through FedEx, so they kind of go on an airplane. Cargo planes. Um, so if you get a snake from somebody, they go on an airplane. It's the way it is. I see a lot of that stuff on TikTok though. That's an old movie. It's a good movie. It's a cheesy movie. If you like B grade cheesy movies, watch it. Yeah, that's definitely an old movie. But yeah, they do go on planes. Snakes are not slimy unless you get them wet. They are a little very dry, honestly. Hey, Cincinnati, what's going on? Mount Auburn. Hey, that's cool. I'm in Indiana now. Are there any reptile shows? I do not go to reptile shows in Indiana. There should be some in Indianapolis. I think there's some pretty big ones in Indianapolis. Indie shows are big. Huh. I sometimes go to the Cincinnati show. I haven't been there in a long time. It's kind of far from me, but I might start vending at the show. I'm thinking about it. Thinking about getting a table maybe once just to see how it goes and spend the $50 set up, see what happens. Although I don't have anything. I don't have anything to make a good display. So I got to get on that. Um, oh, got you. I thought you meant out there. Um, so the Cincinnati show is huge, very big. Um, so I try to go there. I try, but it's like pretty. I'm kind of far from it. Um, but it is fun to go to. It's huge. So Um, I would check it out if I were you. It's like $6, not bad, but they have a lot of vendors in there, and it's almost all snakes. Like I know, like you go to reptile shows, and then there's people like with knitting stuff and soap and candles, but this is basically all snakes, and there's a lot of very good breeders that go there. So I check it out. I might, I don't know when. Like I said, I would like to vend, at least try it, but I don't have anything, and so I don't want to on a first appearance not have a good display or something that would, you know, you want to have something that's gonna be a good impression on somebody who's gonna want to buy your stuff or to remember you. If you don't have anything, then nobody's gonna know who you are or go to your table. So, and that stuff costs money. So we'll see how that goes. But I know people who do vend and then they don't sell anything, but they have good interactions. And then I know people that go and they sell a bunch of stuff. So you never know what's gonna happen. And of course, I would be there with my ball pythons with 900 other people selling ball pythons. So it's kind of like, well, let's see how this goes because I'm just another ball python breeder trying to make it, which is why breeding the boas would be nice because not a lot of people breed boas because they're tough. And a lot of the times it's not a good ending on breeding them. Appreciate it. Appreciate the like. Appreciate you subscribing. I haven't really put out a lot of videos lately just because I got demonetized on YouTube. I wasn't making any money anyways, but just it's like we're demonetizing you because people flag all your videos because they don't like you because of what you're posting. So it's just kind of like, where's I lost motivation on posting. But I did post a video today because some people were asking last night, we're like, hey, can you show the anacondas? And I go, I'm not getting them out on a live. It's too much. I was like, I'll make a video and I'll post a video tomorrow. And so I posted the video and then it got like 20 views. So it's like, it's a lot of work to make a video and then you post it and then you get no traction. So it's kind of like, I don't really have a lot of stuff to do. Um, it's hard making videos with snakes because they don't do anything. That you have no interaction with snakes. It's not like you can. It's not like any other animal where you can take to the park, or you can take them on road trips, or you can take them to different areas to make videos or content with other animals. It's just a snake, and everything's played out with snakes on social media. Everybody's doing feeding videos. Everybody's doing. I mean, I could do eggs and babies, and when the time comes, I was doing that, but showing off my snakes, every snake every day, that's not really, I mean, that's boring. You know what I mean? Like, oh, here's the same snake I showed you 3 days ago. Nothing's changed, but here she is. So it's tough to make content with snakes. And that's why like the big guys do so well. Um, that's why Brian Barczyk did so well, or Jay and um, Billy. They have thousands of animals and they have all sorts of types of animals, all different species of animals, crocodiles, turtles, constant breeding projects all the time. Every day they're getting eggs, all the time they're doing egg cuttings, all the time they're showing off new babies. But with me, it's like I only have this, so it's tough. Um, yeah, I do breeding a little bit different than a lot of other people. So I can't really give like good breeding advice because I don't do it the conventional way. I don't do it a bad way. I just I don't have an ultrasound to make sure or to check when my snakes are, with the follicle growth on the snakes. So I have to do it the old school way. And basically, when people ask me, "Hey, how are you breeding your snakes?" It's basically, well, I can't tell if my females are growing follicles because I don't have a way to do that, but they're up to size to produce eggs. So once a month, I just pair a male with the females every single month until I get an ovulation because they only go one time a year, and every month at some point you're gonna hit when she's up to the right follicle growth to ovulate. So a little old school. I don't have the money to do it like everybody else, but it's been working for me. And when I tell people that, it's kind of, we'll just put a male in once a month, and at some point it's going to happen, obviously. So a lot of people really don't like that. I don't think a lot of people like that tip because they were like, well, I want to know if my female's ready. It's like, get an ultrasound machine, check the follicle growths, make sure they're up to 25 to 30 millimeters, and then pair. But I don't have that option, so I just do it the old school way, which is, it puts a little bit more of excitement in it because you don't know when you're going to hit or not. So it's a little exciting that way because you can hook up to a machine, and be like, okay, cool, now she's ready, rather than I don't know if she's ready. I don't know if I'm going to get eggs or if I'm not going to get eggs. So doing it old school, which is what a lot of people do. I think. I don't know. I think a lot of people just buy an ultrasound and just don't even mess with the complication side of it, and they just run them through the ultrasound machine, and then they go, bam, she's ready to go. Do one breeding, and then they ovulate. So yeah. So now that I'm demonetized, I got to go through this whole thing to get remonetized. Like so. It's a pain, and I'm pretty sure if you get demonetized, like, they hide your content from people so they can't see you because you're on the blacklist now through YouTube. Um, but, oh, well. It is what it is. So, just cruising through. Um, yeah, just cruising through this year on the breeding. A lot of it's gonna be a bunch of rebreedings that I did last year just to try to hit some different combos and stuff like that. What's going on? I appreciate you subscribing. It means a lot to me. Um, there's a lot of negativity on social media. So I appreciate those that show me some love, likes, comments, subscribes. It means a lot to me. Posted a video on my Instagram of a snake eating a rat. Did not go over well. So took that down. I didn't want to get demonetized. Well, I don't think Instagram pays anybody anymore. So I just want to get blacklisted again. So what's going on? I got to do some shed testing. So I have 5 snakes that I got to shed test. So I'm going to do a full panel on one snake. And then I got to check on all of them to see if they're het. For clown, to see if I got my true triple hets. Um, so that's kind of tough to do because that's like $500. So yikes, maybe more than that. Because I think a full body panel shed, I think it's 140 or 150. I'm not sure. It's not cheap though, because I've got a lot of cool stuff that I produced about a couple weeks ago, about a month ago. And they're double hets, possible triple hets. And I need to make sure which ones are actually the true triples. So I'm going to run the shed test on all of these and hope to get the triples, keep the triples, sell the doubles. Although selling multi-gene double hets it's tough to do because you want to keep them and make some really, really cool stuff in the future. But then you got bills to pay as well. So it's like, well, what do you do? What do you do? Do you keep them or do you sell them and regret selling them when whoever you sold it to is posting all the awesome babies that they're making that you could have made? But you can't keep them all, unfortunately, because it's expensive to feed them and it's the way the world goes. I would love to keep all my babies, but I can't, unfortunately. So this one is, I don't know what the heck is going on with this one. This one's like, doesn't know how to shed. What the heck is going on? It's like, do you not know what you're doing? I don't think she knows what she's doing because that is not how you do it. Females. I got a ton of females. I got a lot of females. Gross. Not proper shedding. Yeah, she doesn't know what she's doing. I think that's her first shed. She'll figure it out. I have to help her along the way. So that'll be later. I'll just soak her, warm water. She'll shed. Look at this girl right here. I have no idea what this is. This is not what was in the pairing at all. Crazy combo. Um, I don't know. It's a pastel. It's an Enchi. It's a yellow belly. It's an orange dream. It's a double het, possible triple het. Um, I got females. I got a lot of females. I got female pieds. Yeah, this one is crazy looking. I think there's a weird gene in here that's not supposed to be in here, and it's throwing off the colors. So I got to get shed testing on these and figure out what they are. What do you want? What do I have? I got mahogany pieds. I got female mahogany pieds, which are awesome. I got a female mahogany pie that's eating phenomenal. I got two of these. I kind of want to keep one because, well, I got a female breeder size, but trying to hit the super mahoganies, that's the goal right there. So I got her. I have another mahogany, regular mahogany pied. Just a regular pied, regular female. I got regular female pieds. One's in shed. She doesn't look very good because she's in shed. I have a regular female. I have a regular female pied. Unless you want a mahogany. I've got an orange dream pied. That's a female. I'll message me. I'll give you a good deal. Message me and I'll hook you up if you want something other than a regular female pied. If you want an orange dream or a black pastel orange dream pied, message me. We can work something out. Yeah, we'll figure this out. I'll help you out. Yeah, my friends think I'm, let's see, wasting my money, wasting my time, yada, yada, yada. So I mean, it is kind of crazy, right? You're going to breed all these animals and nobody's buying these, and yet you're going to rebreed another 15 snakes to make more babies. You still have babies that nobody wants. Then you're going to be double what you have. So it's a cycle. It's crazy. I know. How can I see the other view? Oh, my bad. I forgot. A lot of people are talking on my YouTube channel. So I'm on Instagram as well. So if you want to jump over to my YouTube channel, same name, Ben Cin-city Snakes. I'm on there and I'm on here. So apologize. Kind of a lot more interaction on YouTube than on Instagram, which is kind of surprising. I got so many people that are on Instagram, and yet I get zero traction on Instagram. Yeah, so like I work with a bunch of people that don't understand, but it is the way it is. It sounds crazy. It is crazy, but you just got to um, keep on, keep on breeding. Some point it'll catch. At some point, people will see what you have, and too many people are getting out way too fast, way too fast, way too early. I know it's a lot of money doing this. Trust me, trust me. It's a lot of money doing this. I have unfathomable amounts of money into this, and it every week, $500, $600 a month on feeding animals. And yeah, I get it. People get into this and they don't realize the expense that it is, and then they get overwhelmed and over, you know, in debt, and then they just get out, which sucks. Because some people are making good stuff and people are like, this is what I want to do. I want to get out of working 10-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts. I want to breed snakes and do that as a living. Then a year later, they sell everything. So it can be heartbreaking. It can be devastating if you have a bad year. Not every clutch and every egg is going to do well. So your incubator could go down and you have a bunch of clutches in there and they all go bad. I know that's happened to people. Or you have babies where they don't eat and then they die. Or you have big females, big money females that during the process of laying eggs get egg bound and die. So not everything is, hey, I'm going to buy a bunch of snakes. I'm going to breed a bunch of animals. Everybody's going to buy them. I'm going to get a ton of money. It's not how that works. So, all right. I'll check that after this. We can talk. Um, we can figure something out. So it's not the easiest thing to get into. A lot of people jump into it without realizing the risks or the costs, and then get overwhelmed and they're out. So gotta gotta play it right, or you just have to humble yourself and maybe the snakes are not working right now. Maybe you can't sell the snakes. Maybe the rat bill is too expensive. Maybe instead of getting rid of your animals, maybe you work a little bit of overtime. Maybe you get a second job. Maybe you have to grind more in the real world for a little bit longer until this picks up. So it's kind of how it is. Thanks. I appreciate it. The two last clutches are phenomenal. I have eggs dropping with one female in 10 to 12 days. I have another female that has ovulated, so I'll see eggs in 2 months. Um, yeah, if you chase people, if you chase snakes, if you chase projects, if you're chasing to be that next person or the person that you follow on Instagram, it'll never work out. There's always somebody who's doing better than you, who's gonna do better than you. And if you're trying to chase up to Canova or these big time people, unless you're dropping a $500,000 to $1 million on a facility and on the greatest stuff, just breed what you want, breed what you like, because the industry changes all the time. And if you breed from what's people are buying now and you really don't like it, by the time you get eggs everything's shifted. And then now you're stuck with all this stuff. Um, with you don't even like to see, and nobody's buying it because the market has shifted to what they like. It might be clowns this year, nobody likes clowns the next year. Now we're back to clowns. Now nobody likes clowns. Nobody likes pies. Everybody loves pies. And you're like, well, I don't like pies, but I'm breeding because that's what's hot. And then nobody likes them anymore. And then you're stuck with them. Yeah, I mean, that's basically how it is. Because you can see how many I have. Tons of them. There's not one baby in here that I do not like. Every baby in here that I produced, I love seeing when I open up these drawers. Every single one of them. Um, so I'm not breeding for what people are liking. I just breed for what I like. Because if I open these and I see a super enchy, super orange stream, yellow belly fire pied, I like it. Is it hot on the market right now? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But if I have to keep that forever, good on me. Because guess what? I didn't buy it. I made it. Um, Ultrasound equipment. Yeah, get that. Unless you want to do it old school. I'm doing it old school. Um, hey, if you breed a male to a female once a month, the entire year, something's gonna happen. At some point, you're gonna get eggs. At some point. Unless the female just doesn't ever go or your male sucks. But it's gonna happen. I know some people like the ultrasounds because they're like, okay, 30 millimeters, bam, one breeding, one and done. We're getting eggs. And yeah, so I mean, you can get you can get one off Amazon for $1,000. I don't know. Does it work well? I don't know. I think some people do use them, but I know some people that are paying like 3 grand for one, and they're doing a lot better. How many grams do you start pairing for a male? Ooh, I've had males breeding that have produced phenomenal babies at 400 grams. So 400, 500, you can even pop them if they're if they have sperm, throw them in. Some people say, "Oh, you got to wait till 700. You got to wait till 1,000." You're missing an entire season because you want to pump your male up or wait for your male to hit 700 grams when it's producing sperm at 400 or 500, and you're losing. I mean, you might have lost a good chunk of your females. See, this is where I kind of people don't like. This is why I think people don't like me. So at 900 grams to 1,000 grams, I throw in a male. I've had phenomenal eggs, beautiful babies. When a female has laid at 1,200, 1,300, 1,400 grams, they're back up to weight. They eat right after. They're back up to weight. 6, 7 months later, we do it all over again. Um, some of these people that are saying you have to wait till 2,000 grams on a female, you lost the season. Uh, uh, your female is going to know what to do. If her body's not ready, she's not going to produce her eggs. she is ready, she's going to produce her eggs. So it's kind of like, yeah, your female's going to be, thin, dropping eggs, but if you can get her back on food, or either dude who has the grand anaconda, uh, maybe I have grand anacondas. I don't know if I'm him, but I do have them. Um, so basically, at 1,000 grams, I do throw a male in. I've thrown. So I have a bunch of females um uh, that are probably 1,700 to 1,800 grams, and they've not bred for me at all. And then I have females, like my one female that's laying eggs in 10 days. She's I think she's like 1,100 grams, 1,200 grams. So when she lays all the eggs, she'll be, I don't know, 700, 800 grams, but she'll go back on food and get her weight up. The internet, the internet is saying 2,000 grams. Reddit, toxic. Don't go on Reddit. Facebook chat groups, Facebook ball python groups. If you do not, it's insane. They'll tell you to weight 1,000 grams on a male, 2,000 grams on a female. Why? Billy's not doing that. Billy Rowe, Justin, all these big timers are not waiting to hit these eggs. The second they're ovulating, bam, they're breeding them. Whether it's 900 grams, 1,000, 1,100. And people say, well, you're going to hurt the female, you don't get good eggs. Okay, so let's just say you have your female at 1,000 grams and they breed, and then she's 1,300, 1,400 grams, and then she's ovulating. So you get four or five eggs, good eggs, or do you wait till 2,000 and miss your 4 or 5 eggs that you could hit a cool combo on? Um, and I've seen big females, 2,500, 3,500 gram females that lay duds, slugs. So you can have big females that don't produce good eggs, and you can have small females that produce phenomenal eggs. My leopard mahogany clown laid eggs at 1,300 grams, laid, not bred, laid at 1,300, and I hit fire mahogany Batmans, two of them. If I waited, I might I might have missed those. Yeah, I mean, in the wild, nobody's weighing. They're not weighing each other in the wild. So when they crawl into each other's little ant hills in the wild, they're not. Hmm. How much do you weigh? I don't think we should breed yet. They're breeding, and so internet lies. Internet lies, and I think people get jealous. I do have the Aztec boa, and she's very mean, very mean. I think people give bad advice so they don't see people surpass them. And I know I'm not getting into it, but there's a big YouTuber that still gives out horrible advice to people, very bad advice. And I think it's so people coming in new don't people don't get their toes stepped on and do better than what somebody's been doing for the last 10 years. Um, so it's just, yeah, Justin does it all the time. Billy Rowe, one of his videos, after lay, one of his females weighed like 600 grams. So I trust them. I trust Billy. I trust Justin. I trust Miguel. I trust John Chosmer. I trust all these big breeders who have been doing this for 20 years and have multi-million-dollar facilities, rather than somebody on the internet saying, you have to wait for 2,000 grams when I'm only breeding a normal and a pastel together. Okay, let me take your advice. Let's just let me take your advice when we're making $25 animals. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't get it. It's so frustrating because then we're like, hey, somebody asked me, what do I breed my female at? 1,000 grams. Put a male in. Are you sure? I promise you can see what I'm producing. It's not the best, but I think it's, they're not deformed. That's what I'm doing. I've only been doing this for 2 years. What do I know? What do I know? Not much. I don't really know. Slugs can be from nutrition. It can be from the male at that time doesn't have good sperm, or I really don't know why they give slugs, but I have had slugs from males. So I breed one male to multiple females, and then one female will have phenomenal babies, and then one female will have slugs. So I don't know exactly what that is, uh, but it's just kind of like it just happens. And you can have really good eggs, perfect veins, put them in the incubator, and 30 to 40 days later, they all go bad. I don't know why. I've seen that happen too. Perfect eggs, and then they just go bad in the incubator over time. I don't know why. Yeah, so once you start pairing them, they're still going to eat. The females are still going to eat until they ovulate. So if you pair them at 900 to 1,000, they're going to eat until they're 12, 13, 1400 grams. So you're good. I don't think people understand that. Just because you have a big snake doesn't mean you're going to get bigger clutches. I do not. I do not have those. What's going on, everybody? Question, Ben. Do you? So I was breeding my own African soft furs, but I'm not doing that anymore. You can always go to Billy Ballroom. I'll send you the information. He does breed soft furs, so I can get you in contact with him if you really need them. Um, there's a source in Cincinnati, and I know a guy in Kentucky as well. It's a little bit of a far of a drive, but if you really need them, I've got two sources for you on that. Yeah, I had one that wanted to eat African soft furs for over a year, and then all of a sudden it went to normals. So can't wait to breed my bamboo head clown, my banana butter pastel Enchi clown. The bamboo, I love bamboos. Bamboos look so good. Bananas look good too. I like bananas. I got some banana stuff. So well, I hope you hit. I hope you hit on those odds. Get some really cool stuff out of that. I like the butter stuff. Um, I like pastel stuff. I do. People hate pastel. I don't know why. If you get good quality pastel, you don't have to worry about anything. Billy Rose still works with pastel. Justin still works with pastel. So it's not a dead gene. People are still working with it. Yeah. My butter and Lester are the same gene. So my butter, that's the one that slugged out on me last year, and she hasn't, or 2 years ago, she hasn't um, done anything since. So it's butter clown. I've been putting a chocolate clown to her. So uh, who has good pastel lines? Justin, Miguel, Billy. They all have good stuff. John Chosmer has good pastel stuff. So I bought a really nice pastel. I actually bred some pastel stuff. So one of the newer stuff that's got pastel in it. You can tell by the head that it's pastel. But I got a pastel. Um, that's how I made these triple heads. So from Justin, I got a Orange Dream, Yellow Belly, Enchi, Pastel Pied, Het Clown, and then I made some really good stuff. So I'd go with I'd go with Billy. I'd go with Billy or Justin. I mean, you're gonna pay more for their stuff, but I mean, I have almost all my stuff is from Justin, and I'll pay more. I'll pay more for a good breeder just to know that the stuff I'm getting is high quality, it's healthy, and if I have any questions or anything, they'll help me out. So spending a couple $100 more on the interaction, the customer service, and just, I mean, you're going to get good stuff when you buy from people who have $1 million facilities. You know what I mean? So, not saying the small guys don't make good stuff. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, there's probably some people that are breeding stuff in their basement that have phenomenal pastels, but choose who you would rather would you rather work with. How is it working with the greens? It's phenomenal. I love it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time and efforts, but once you get a good bond with them, it is fantastic. They're big now. Um, it's a lot of work though. They're messy. They eat rabbits. It's messy, but it's worth it. I don't know if you worked with big snakes before and you are nervous to jump in with the greens. It's kind of like there's nothing really different than what's going on with like if you have retics, you can have greens. Berms, you can have greens. Well, right now I'm really excited about the one that's going to lay eggs in about 10 days. So I think that is my most excitement for now. I was getting really excited because I do have an Enchi clown pied, and then the males that I made with her last year, I don't think they're going to be big enough this year. So I'm going to have to do another het pairing, but I was really wanting to do a visual clown pied to a multi-gene visual clown pied and have all clown pied babies. But I don't think they're going to be big enough. So I'm just going to redo the pairing that I did last year and hopefully get some really good odds like I did last year because this is a male, which is fine. So this one has a bunch of bedding stuck on it. So probably can't really see it too well on this camera, but it's a Orange Dream Yellow Belly Super Enchi Clown Pied. I would love to put this one in with, even though it's a Super Enchi, putting it with my Enchi Clown Pied, everything's going to be Enchi no matter what it is. So no normals, and then obviously everything's going to be pied, het clown, 100%, and then everything will be, so it'll be split 50-50. Pieds and then clown pieds. So I had 3 clown pieds, visual clown pieds, and then 3 pied het clowns, 100% het clowns. I love Orange Dream stuff. 90% of my stuff is Orange Dream or Super Orange Dream. And yeah, I have 2 female green anacondas and then 1 male. So once the male gets bigger, I'm going to try to breed him. He could be big enough now, but it makes me a little nervous with how thick and powerful the females are. I don't want them to. I don't want the male to get injured in any way. So that's kind of like what I'm kind of holding back on. But yeah, Orange Dream. I've got so much Orange Dream pieds and a lot of Orange Dream clowns, and they're all tied in with multi-gene stuff. Orange Dream Fire Clowns, Orange Dream. Basically, all I work with is Orange Dream, Fire, Yellow Belly, and Cheap Hide. So trying to hit supers on everything. I did hit a few supers. So on this one, right here, she just came out of her water bowl. Super Orange Dream, Super Enchi, Yellow Belly, Leopard Pied, female. Hold back for now. I think I should hold her back. So the things that I'm trying to do is to make babies where I'm not ever gonna make normals. So supers on either Orange Dream or Super Enchi. Not trying not to make super yellow bellies. I do have a super yellow belly female that just laid, and I got those babies. So every baby's yellow belly. which is perfect. But an ivory is super yellow. They just don't look. They don't look good. It's just a all white snake with black eyes. And then when you throw Enchi and yellow orange dream in it, you can't see it. But you know on your pairing, all right, every baby is going to be yellow belly pied. And then when I add on orange dream, fire, and Enchi, you're going to make good stuff. So my goal is to never make a normal, although I have hit normals, not that many of them. You're going to hit the low. You're going to hit the low genes because I made. So I did an ivory Enchi pie to an orange dream Enchi fire pie, and I hit a yellow belly pie. So out of all those genes combined, I still hit just a single yellow belly pied. So can't win them all. It's going to happen, but trying to make all the super stuff, keep all the super stuff, rebreed to not hit normals. So, but I do have a regular female pine that's a breeder, and she's giving me some good stuff. You have any snakes that you'd never part with? Yeah, my anacondas. I would never sell them. If any of this stuff doesn't work out at all, I would get rid of all my ball pythons, all my boas, and I would keep my 3 green anacondas. So, is this the one you posted last week with the other two? Oh, I post so much. I post so much stuff. I can't remember. Um, and then the mahogany stuff. It's just like I don't know if people don't know about the mahogany clowns, but that's another thing that I'm super excited about because I bought a fire mahogany clown female, a leopard mahogany clown female from Canova, and only one of them has given me a clutch. But the mahogany stuff is so cool. Where is it? There they are. I had two female, like I don't know how I did it, but the entire clutch was mahogany clown. So here's a fire Batman mahogany, super dark, super cool. This one right here would be my most expensive, other than my visual clown pies. I don't know. A visual clown pie. So like the economy has crashed so hard that I've spent four, five, six, $7,000 on single animals. That they're worth like a couple $100 right now. But if the economy stayed the same, like this would be like a $10,000 animal. It's not because of the economy or with the ball pythons, but I got this one for kind of a lot of money just because uh, I don't want to see them go, but I want to advertise that I have it on Morph Market. So I have my pricing on some of the stuff a little higher than expected. But I don't think there's any other fire mahogany Batmans on Morph Market, and I have 2 of them. So if one sells, that's fine. But I do not mind keeping both of these and adding more genes into that just to see what would happen. I got a ton of leopard stuff. I love leopard stuff. I have a lot of leopard pieds and a lot of leopard clowns. I just like them. I don't have anything cinnamon. I don't know why that is. I have no cinnamon. OD, more leopards. Yeah. Leopards look good. I like the leopard. You need some spot nose. You make some Batmans. Well, you need clown too, but even just a single, even if you don't like clowns, you just even a single leopard spot nose together looks really good. Especially with Orange Dream, you can add that together. Um, yeah, I mean, I got one of those males because I hit 2 of those males on the multi-gene clown pieds. And I have the pastel one up for sale. So they're both Orange Dream. They're both super entry. They're both Yellow Belly Clown Pies. One of them has pastel in it. even though it looks good with pastel. I do have the pastel one up for sale, but I should keep them both because if one doesn't do anything, I have a backup. I switched my blackhead leopard pastel. Yeah, I love blackhead stuff. Blackhead is really, really nice. That'll be a good breeding. Blackhead leopard pastel. You can make some good stuff with that. Add a little inchy, a little yellow belly, a little spot nose, a little cinnamon. Ooh, another one is I can't think of it right now. Another cool gene. It's a bright gene. Forget what it is though. That's a good price. It's a really good price. Surprised the blackheads are that. That is a good price for a blackhead. So, here's another one that I made with a white tip nose. So now I got two snakes with white tip noses. I would never, I'd probably never be able to produce another one of these again, which I should keep because that's pretty unique. Um, so we'll see what happens. This one with the white tip nose is a super orange dream with leopard and yellow belly. So white tip nose, I got two with white tip nose. Actually, I kind of have three, but these are the only two with like the true white tip nose on there. And then I think I'm going to keep this one. This male right here. Spot nose fire clown. So I know spot nose and spot nose get a bad rep. I think that's a super spot nose. I think that they have issues. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. With three laid out together. Um, but I think I might pump this dude up for next year and breed my leopard mahogany. Gets try to hit super mahogany Batman clowns. That would be sweet. Although I don't know what a super mahogany looks like. I think it's just this really, really dark form of it. But there's a lot of potential with a lot of this stuff, and I don't think a lot of people um, see it because when I bought my both those female mahoganies from Justin, they were on his Morph Market page for like 6 months, and I was kind of teetering back and forth because they were really expensive. I was like, I don't know if I want to get into that stuff, and then I just waited and waited, and was like, this dude still has this stuff. So I don't know if it's an unpopular gene, but it's a dark gene. It looks good. I don't know why. I don't know why people don't. Unless a lot of people don't know about it. I don't know. So yeah, the three together with the white tip nose. Yeah, I like that picture. um, but and that's the thing. Like when you get a snake that has like a unique pattern on it, it's tough to get rid of. And I've had people want to. I have it on Morph Market. I've had two people already wanting them, but some of the payment stuff is kind of not what I was really wanting to get into. So it's a male. I'll just put it to my other mahogany pied. Make super mahoganies. See how that works. But that's the cool thing with pairings. You never know what you're going to get. I've been super male heavy though. And it's like, some of them are really nice because it's like, do you keep them for backups or not? Yeah, that's tough because you really got a male. for a specific reason, and then he doesn't do anything. Then you kind of have to change your breeding around, which is nice to have two really, really nice males, just in case the one doesn't do anything. And yeah, if he's not doing nothing. So I had a male that didn't do anything with one of the females, but he was locking up with another female every single time. So I don't know what it is why some males don't lock up with other females, and then I threw another male in there, and then they locked up. So I was like, whatever. So it's good to have backup males and then a backup male to a backup male. Good genes that you don't mind putting in with them, because putting all your money on the one male and he doesn't do anything, then it screws up your entire breeding project. But if you have a male that doesn't do anything, you have just as cool another male. I'm like, all right, no problem. I don't care. I'll put this one in because I really want both males to go. And I think some people are just like, because you can put one male to 10 females, but it's like it's good to have backups and variety. So variety and backups. Because that's what I do. I put one male to a ton of females, but I don't want to, stress them out or wear them out. So I have a just as cool second male to make with different combos to change it up a little bit. So if you need three males, get three males, depending on how many females you got, I guess. But it's just nice to. So, like, going into this year, I'm going to be changing some stuff up, but not a lot. So I would just be, yellow belly enchi, orange dream pied, and fire enchi orange dream, just to switch the yellow bellies and then the fires up. Yeah, stack up on your females. Buy as many females as you can, and then once they're around 500 grams, get your male. There's no point in getting a male at the same time as a female because you just got to wait a little bit longer. Yeah, my main pieds and clowns. That's all I got. Pieds and clowns and clown pieds. Yeah. Just making my main goal is making super orange dream, super enchi, yellow belly, fire, leopard, pieds, and then some crazy stuff with the clowns. And then now I'm actually producing my own triple het multi-gene codom triple hets right now that I just did. So I'll see where that goes, because I know that can get messy. It's a lot of time into the doubles and triples. A lot of room, a lot of shed testing. Um, so we'll see how that goes. It'll be interesting. But I have to shed test on all the babies because something went weird with the pairing, and the genes don't look correct on what the parents were. So I got to figure all that out. And then, so they're multi-gene, 100% head pied, 100% hypo, 50% clown. So I'm going to shed test for the clown. But even then, like multi-gene, orange dream, super enchi, yellow belly, pastel, 100% head pied, 100% hypo, those would make phenomenal babies. Um, but just trying to hit them, I think it'd be pretty easy with both of them being 100%. I mean, you'd hit one, I think, out of an entire clutch. But that 50% one, I'm probably gonna be chasing that one for a long time. Then you got to hold back some. You know how it goes. A lot of holdbacks, a lot of disappointment, a lot of chasing. Um, About 5 females, 3 males for 800. Dang. That's a good price though. 800 bucks for a bunch of clowns. That's a good price. I'm not getting into the hypo just yet. I don't have the type of money. Yeah, hypo is expensive. But get a head hypo for cheap and then make your own in a couple years. So like I know multi-gene visual pied hypos are like $20,000 because Justin has one. So instead of paying $20,000 for one, I'll just make my own. It's going to take me a while because they're babies now. So 2 years minimum. Who knows where they're going to be? But OD hypo or OD yellow belly Enchi pastel visual pied hypo possible clown. Yeah, I don't really like the auctions though. I mean, that's just my personal thing. That's just me personally. I know a lot of people get good stuff on them. I know people do really well on them, but I just don't like them. I don't know. I just think if you're overbreeding to need auctions, you shouldn't be breeding. That's just me though. And I'm not saying it bad on anybody. That's just my personal opinion. Because if you're just breeding to make 30% of what you need, I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't be overstocking yourself on snakes. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, if you can get some good stuff, get some good stuff. Um, and I see some bad stuff with auctions. Just people who are, not good. I mean, there's a reason why they have them on auctions. They can feed them, just like with raffles. Um, People are raffling off their snakes because they can't afford to feed them. So it is what it is. Yikes! I messed up the settings. But yeah, I mean, you can get some good stuff. But making them is nice as well. I think I'd rather just make my own stuff. Even though, yeah, it's gonna take forever. But it is what it is. So the rack systems have visions behind me, which it's okay. But I got a few ARS stuff. I don't have that many. I do need a lot more stuff. Um, Let me change this chat setting really fast. I'm, I'm not seeing the chat setting got weird. I don't know why or how. Well, that's not how you do it. I don't know how to work this computer. Um, I don't know. But for some reason, this is all screwed up. I don't know why. Oh, my mouse isn't on. There we go. My mouse stopped. There we go. Perfect. But yeah, so probably gonna have to get off of here soon. I gotta get up early tomorrow and go to work at 4 in the morning because the snakes are not cutting it, which kind of sucks. But instead of selling all my stuff, I'm just going to work more so I can afford them, which is what a lot of people should be doing instead of selling their stuff, which is sad because a lot of people are getting out. I don't really understand why. Um, Hold on. Let me back this up. Do you have any red stripe? I do have red stripe. So I have a Batman that's possible red stripe, and then I have a red stripe leopard chocolate clown that I'm trying to get eggs from this year. She didn't do anything for me last year, but I'm really hoping I can get. What am I breeding? Oh, so yeah, I got chocolate red stripe leopard clown to a spot nose vanilla clown or fire, vanilla or fire. So I think it's now fire instead of vanilla. So I'm trying to hit the Dark Knight, and I'm trying to hit fire, chocolate, red stripe Batmans. It's a lot. So a lot can happen with that clutch, which I'm excited about. But she needs to do some stuff because um, she's not doing anything at all. So I think that is the Dark Knight. I think the Dark Knight is the spot nose chocolate clown. I don't know if there's anything else in that because the Batman would have the leopard added into it, and spot nose and chocolate look phenomenal. Coming in late. Oh man, that Aztec, yeah. Still hates me, still mean, still has an attitude, but appreciate you coming in even though you're late. Yeah, so I still have her. She's over there, over there. Super mean, very very mean. Yeah, that would be awesome. And then with red stripe, so I know red stripe's a little difficult to see, but you can definitely tell the red stripes on the chocolate clowns because I got a male chocolate leopard clown and I got the chocolate leopard red stripe, and you can tell which one has the red stripe. I mean, I bought both of those from Rice Reptiles. So high quality, beautiful animals. The male chocolate leopard clown gave me eggs last year. Beautiful eggs. I hit one chocolate fire pastel chocolate clown. And I traded that with one of my buddies, which I which is crazy because that one was from June or July, and he already has it breeding, which is crazy. So traded, yeah, traded a chocolate fire pastel clown for a dreamsicle because I have a female yellow belly dreamsicle that's ready to go, and I have a male dreamsicle that should be ready by the fall, hopefully by the fall, and then I'll have my dreamsicle yellow belly dreamsicle project as well. Oh yeah, black king snakes are a little spicy. Yeah, I don't know what her deal is. So I have her, and then I have my Argentine boa, and they're both just mean, very mean. And I try to handle them all the time, but I don't know what it is. I think they're just sometimes some of them are just not like that. Ah, nice. Yeah, those are very nice. And she passed our restaurant clowns. Those are very nice. I like Enchi and everything. If I could get entry in every single baby that I have, I would be very, very happy. Especially the pieds, because it's just you're just gonna see all the patterns, all the colors. It just make everything better. And then when you hit the supers, that's where it gets really, really nice. Hopefully you can tame down that king snake. I know they like to eat. They'll eat anything. Maybe you just gotta feed it a whole bunch and it'll calm down. But yeah, I'm about to get off of here. I got to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Um, gotta do the thing. Gotta put the grind in because the snakes aren't doing it. So it's either that or cash out like everybody else and put too much time into this to give up. So I'm out of here on Instagram. I'm about to be out of here on you guys. So I'm gonna try to go live more often. I like interacting with people. I like talking to you guys. Um, I haven't done lives in a long, long time. Trying to get back into it, helping you guys out. I mean, I've only been breeding for 2 years. I don't know how much of help I am, but like people ask me questions on breeding, and it's like, look, I don't. I know you guys know this. I do the. When you talk to people online, they're going to give you some bad information. Try to give honest. I try to give honest information because everybody's got different projects. What you're doing is not going to hurt me. What I'm doing is not going to hurt you. And if somebody needs something and you got it, I'll send them your way. That's what I like to do, anyways. Networking, help your buddy out. Um, so that's it. I'm trying to be back online. I'll try to do this again tomorrow. So see what happens. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how the interactions go. Yeah. Hopefully you guys have a good week. Have a good night. Don't work too hard tomorrow if you got a day job. If you don't have a day job, I'm jealous of you. But I think we all put our time in to pay the bills. So hopefully I see you guys tomorrow night. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. Same name. I post a lot of stuff on Instagram. Daily content, multiple times a day. You can't miss anything. All my breeding, all my babies. Very transparent. I don't hide anything from anybody. I got a snake with one eye. I show that off all the time. I show what happens, mistakes, whatever. But hopefully you guys have a fantastic evening. And that is it. See you guys.